All right, in 5, 6, 7, 8. We on the podcast, the Tired Ass Podcast. This ain't the theme song because we ain't got one yet. But let me tell you, bitch, we will get one and ho, y'all gon' live for it. But for now, we gon' say this. Welcome to the Tired Ass Podcast. I said,
welcome to the Tired Ass Podcast.
I said, and welcome to the Tired Ass. It's you focusing.
She was trying to find, the writer, the writer, the melody, the producer. I'm like, okay,
come on, bitch. You was trying to find the whole moment.
Where is it? That's not here.
That's not what I was looking for.
How you feeling?
To be honest with you, can I be honest with you?
You can be absolutely. I would expect you to be.
Okay. I'm very nervous.
Oh, period. Period.
I'm very nervous because, well, first of all, this nervous? Is okay. I don't have no lip gloss on. That's why I'm nervous. Okay. So also, I'm nervous because if you've been watching my channel for a while, yes, I'm doing this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll take some after.
So if you've been watching me for a while, you know that the Tired Ass Podcast has been around for a while.
It has.
It's been around since about 2019. And I did this show in my living room with, and it's funny because people don't know this. I used to put the little nylon paper over a light to give the RGB light, and then I would have no lighting for real because I didn't have really good lighting. So I would just put just a little softbox light or ring light above us and hope for the best, girl. Didn't know much about audio, so my audio sounded crazy. And I only had one camera to shoot from. Yeah, so this show, it means a lot to me because I got to redo it. I get to do it with my best friend since 2015, bitch. Long story. And it feels more of a project. And it feels more of, an actual show and not just me sitting down with a couple of notes and on my couch and just saying whatever the fuck I want to say. Yeah. And now there's structure. So I just want to say I'm nervous, but I feel good. I'm happy. I'm finally happy we're doing this. It's been a long time coming, honey.
They've been begging. Y'all have been begging.
Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah.
And we're going to have celebrities on to talk to. We're going to have musical performances at the end of each episode very, very soon. I'm guessing after these episodes air, we're still working out the kinks of everything, everybody. So please bear with us.
Please.
But as far as the structure, as far as the chemistry and the shots and the production, we're here, and I'm just proud of us. So how do you feel?
I am too. I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good. About maybe 5% nervous, maybe 2%.
Oh, come on,
none. Actually, none. I was trying to make you feel good.
I was trying to make you feel good. Trying to relate.
I was trying to relate with y'all. It's about 2-3% nervousness in there.
Yeah.
That's just natural for any performer, any artist.
Yeah.
But there's no one else I'd rather be doing this with.
Oh.
The people have been asking for a podcast in general.
Literally.
For those of you who don't know, first of all, I'm Trey.
I always
all the time.
Do you every
10
okay?
minutes
Can we
introduce ourselves?
The thing is, I'm Zach. If you don't know me, this is my best friend Trey.
Hello.
I do this every time we film. I never introduce you
Yeah.
because I'll think that everybody just knows. But
Yeah.
and that also lets me know how much I just be in the moment with my friend. But I completely forget that we're doing a video. So, bitch, you need to.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
this bitch is my right-hand man with all of this. I would not be sitting here without you. You know that. For the podcast, for my channel, for me, it's just this. So to have you with this show and this journey, because this is going to be a journey, bitch.
Yeah, an incredible one.
And I'm just happy that you're walking that with me because I trust you with everything, and so it just feels like it's family, bitch. So this is actually I don't want to be too comfortable because I will forget that we're on camera. I shouldn't say that.
That's an audience.
Edit that the fuck out. But we have a structure. We have things to talk about today.
We do.
It is the new year.
It is.
It's 2022.
An incredible one.
Well, okay, it's incredible, but for some reason, I feel like we are just losing all the fashion icons.
I was going to say everyone is dying. Yeah. There's been a lot of death thus far.
Not laughing at the death, just laughing at the circumstance of, yeah. It feels like there's always somebody passing away, which I mean, that's life. Let's talk about it. Like, that's the circle of life. Quote Beyonce. But fuck. I just felt like, this happened last year though. The same thing with like Kobe, and like as soon as the year started, just shit started to happen. And
I'm
like,
the anniversary today.
Is it today?
24th. He passed on the 24th last year, right?
I just got goosebumps. Today's the 24th.
Yeah. I believe
was that January 24th?
I believe it was the 24th.
Fuck.
That was the day.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like our entertainers that we love and we grow up with, for some people, at least for me, like Terry Mugler passing away, and I was just talking to you about this off camera. Terry Mugler passing away for me was a moment because Terry Mugler was one of the first fashion designers I ever seen in Europe that I felt connected to, or I felt like, oh my God, I could possibly work with him one day. And this man is worth millions of dollars, a whole couture house, bitch. Like, bitch, you ain't think about a black boy from Detroit. But his clothes made me feel like he was. Yeah. You know what I mean? His clothing, his personality, the people he dressed made me feel like he was thinking about the black boy in Detroit, that one day you can be dressed by me. So rest in peace, Terry Mugler. I love you. Thank you for inspiring me. And I don't usually get choked up with, celebrities passing, like Betty White. I choked up because like I grew up with her, watching a white woman be so friendly to gay, black, and just people minority, and didn't care about, just want to work with good people and didn't really care about what your color or your sexual orientation. Just as long as you're funny and talented, let's work together. And she's always been like that. So I was like, fuck, that was a gem in the industry. She's Hollywood royalty for real. You know what I mean? So stuff like that choked me up, but it got me to think, like, it's funny how we could be so connected to people in Hollywood that we've never even fucking met. Even like this, even influencers, like one of my favorite travel vlogger influencers, one of her, the girl of the duo got breast cancer. And I've been watching her since, watching their channel since like 2018, and they are van lifers and shit like that. And she announced she had breast cancer. They made a whole video about it. And I'm up here, me and Brian up here choked up. And I'm like, we don't even know these people. But it's quite crazy how you can have that connection through people, even people that's watching this. You know what I mean? That probably, have a connection with us. So I don't know. This year is starting off beautifully because I know death it's supposed to be beautiful. Death should be beautiful. It should be celebrated. It should not be, a sad situation. But it's just sometimes hard to like look at it that way. And if I had to be completely honest, brutally honest, I've been having a sense of anxiety because I'm like, is the other shoe about to drop for me? Like, I just feel like death is getting closer and closer to my household in a way where it's like, okay, because I've never had anybody severely close to me pass away. You know what I mean? I've never had somebody that I'd be like, ooh, bitch, that's one of my, besides, an obvious person between both of us, but like nobody that's like a dominant person in my family passed away. So I'm very terrified of that. So I have like anxiety about it. And so like all this, like people passing away, I'm just waiting for like, bitch, a phone call in the back of my mind. I think about stuff like that, and I hate that I do sometimes. Like, bitch, how's it going to end?
I think about that often.
Not trying to be negative or anything, but like,
just intrusive thoughts in general. I was telling Selena this the other day. Shout out to Selena. Behind this camera over here.
Listen,
that my thoughts are very intrusive. I have very intrusive thoughts. And I wake up very rude. Very loud ass truck outside. I don't know if you heard that, or car or something.
Probably not. I hope not.
No, I wake up every day with this thought that I'm going to have a notification on my phone that someone close to me has passed.
Same.
For those of y'all that don't know, I was in a really bad crash in 2020 and lost my best friend in it. / soulmate, honestly the closest person
literally
to me.
Soulmate. So literally soulmate.
If you know Trey, you can't know Trey without Kathy.
Talk about it.
You literally just can't. Kathy without Trey.
Bro, I'm trying to y'all.
You can't.
I know how much he loves Kathy, and it's making me emotional.
No.
I'll cry right here. I'll cry right here. But yeah, my soulmate, passed next to me, and that has changed and rearranged my entire idea of death and loss and spirit, the connection to spirituality, all that shit. But I that is a side effect of it. I do wake up, wondering who is next, and what is it going to feel like? I've lost the closest person to me.
Yeah.
What if it's my mother, my sister, my father, etc., who I
literally life.
Literally, yeah.
You know what I mean? We share the same bloodline. That's the kind of shit I fear. So I feel like, this gets deep and dark. We just started the episode. Hello, everybody. No, just the whole death, and this is not even a topic we had planned, but just death in general gets me nervous when I'm doing well in life too, because I feel like that's the only thing that's going to break me, to be honest with you. Like, losing somebody, even not in death, and when it's just a friendship that it's over, it's you mourn that. And I feel like I think you told me something really good actually a couple weeks ago. You were like, we don't mourn those relationships, and I said, oh bitch, fuck you. That's a good fucking we don't mourn the relationships that we have where the friend that you cut off, like, bitch, I cut that bitch off. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, bitch, you're crying. And we don't give ourselves that time to be like, all right, why did I cut this bitch off? I kind of miss this bitch on this end, but you know what? She's not good for me. But we don't mourn those relationships. They didn't pass away, but they're no longer in your life. And so I say all that to say, I'm happy that we're finally here with all of this, but I do have thoughts about, when is the other shoe gonna drop? And it could be trauma from being in a predominantly black town like Detroit, where shit good doesn't happen to all of us, and so you just lucky that you made it, bitch. You better be happy that you made it. I have those kind of things, or even down to spending money where you're like, oh, don't spend too much money because you don't know if you're gonna get it back. I hate that I have those traits,
those thoughts,
and those traumas, and I have to recognize that is trauma and not really my reality, but it is something that's been embedded in me and told to me, from the perspective of being around people that you grew up with, where they're not not doing the same, or they had different circumstances. And so I will feel guilty for like doing well. So I'm like, something's going to happen to shift all this shit out the way. It's so bad. I hate those inner thoughts. I really do. I really, really do. And I used to think that if I didn't talk about it, right, I would never acknowledge it, then it won't happen, or it'll go away. I'll stop thinking like that. No,
not the two. Actually, we're gonna go to the gym. Bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna go on to Anytime Fitness, 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness. I'm gonna lift a couple weights. I'm gonna do some squats. I'm gonna come back stronger.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
I'm gonna go get a gun.
You think you're gonna get some good sleep tonight? No.
Let me go pick up this Glock. I'll shoot you in the fucking face, bitch.
Look at me. That's real shit. Bitch, not in the bed. I just want to go to bed. I want to sleep. Please.
No.
The inner thoughts at night, bitch. They are loud at night, bitch. So that's why Brian makes fun of me. My boyfriend makes fun of me because I sleep with the TV on. I have to. I have to.
Baby.
Oh, bitch, if I slept in the dark.
Bitch, quiet. Silence.
Trey, if I actually slept in the dark.
I hate that. But a relatable emotion. See, I'm scared. I don't want to speak.
No, when you actually fucking felt it. Died, bitch.
But the important part of that, though, y'all check out Anxiety and Depression, be like on YouTube on my channel, youtube.com. This is a commentary.
Oh, my God.
A collaboration we did. It was really, once I really started confronting my own actual clinical anxiety and clinical depression, that writing that video helped in so many ways, and learning at that time words of affirmations and rethinking your thought process, rethinking your mentality, etc., the way that you speak about things. Check that shit out, and part 2 is coming also on the way within the month or two.
Come on, plug.
At some point.
Listen.
But that helped so much with those intrusive thoughts. Just like you said, opposed to being afraid of them, opposed to trying to run away from them, thinking, okay, if I don't focus on this, then it isn't real.
That's so unfucking true.
Say, actually, no, these thoughts ain't going nowhere.
It will actually
this is a
stay
part of my
right
reality.
Here. It will stay right here,
They're going to stay right here. But let me befriend it.
It's also a part of you.
Opposed to demonize it, exactly.
It's a part of you. Ooh, say that again.
Let me befriend it.
Instead
let me befriend it, opposed to demonize it. Because it's not going anywhere.
So. And that's what I've been doing, is demonizing the fuck out of it. And I need to I guess that's that yin and yang. You know, that's the good energy with the bad energy, and you won't have good energy without bad energy, and vice versa. Yeah. So you're right. I do need to start not embracing it, because that sounds like I want it to happen, but more so just make friends with it. Just okay, bitch, I know you here.
Hey, girl.
Okay. And as much as my ambition is here, I know you're here too. Yeah. So we got to figure out how to all live together, girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what has been my reality right now, is stepping into this new era of my life, releasing music, you know, filming a music video for myself, a single for myself, doing a promo for myself, doing all these things where I'm uncomfortable because I don't think people give a fuck. You know what I mean? So you have these thoughts of just sit down and do reaction videos, girl. You know, just do that. Do what you're good at. But it's like, bitch, you're good at entertaining. Yeah. Like, you've been performing before you did fucking anything. Yeah. So, but that's actually one of the reasons why I stopped performing, because I didn't think people would give a fuck. So before we get into about how I feel like I can't, I won't be good enough to release music, then that brings me to the next topic of our conversation, the Gigiana. And you know I like to get into the Gigiana of some shit. Let's get into the Gigiana, girl.
Let's get into the Gigiana.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
So now we're in the Gigiana. So Trey, the first thing on the docket on the Gigiana is what?
Kim and Kanye.
Kim and goddamn Kanye.
And Pete. A threesome, if you will.
Not even just Pete, because that other girl, I forgot. You know, that's sad.
Oh, there is a foursome.
What's her name?
Julia Fox.
Julia Fox. Thank you, Madison. Yeah. Julia goddamn Fox. Let me tell you something. So Kim and Kanye are the most ghetto people that I live for. They're the most rich ghetto people that I live for. Let me tell you something. Because the thing is, if Kim was a black woman, she would be ridiculed.
No.
Let me tell you something about it, because the thing is, Kim is keying on Kanye's name, honey. So first of all, this whole divorce is messy. Both are not, nobody's right in this situation. I think that, it's a publicity stunt for me in my mind, because I know the Kardashians are one of the best, and y'all could be mad at me if you won't. Yes, I'm looking at you, bitch. But let me tell you, the Kardashians are, if not one of the best marketing families that's ever done it.
The best.
And not even I'm talking about there's the Jacksons family, but then the Kardashians is right on top. Because let me tell you something, not as far as girl, but I'm sorry, as far as marketing, oh bitch, no family's done it like them. No. They know how to make something happen right before a show they're filming is about to come out. So they let you know, because they have a whole Hulu special. Here's the plug. There you go. They have a whole Hulu show coming out where it's right on the time. The whole Tristan Thompson thing happened with Chloe. And, rest in peace for everybody at Astroworld, but Travis Scott and Kylie. And so, all these traumatic things have happened right before they about to film, have already started filming the show. And it's happening while they're filming the show. Yeah. So, and on top of all of this, you have one of the biggest celebrity marriages come to an end while once again filming this show with one of the biggest pop stars in the world, Kanye West. And I say this, and once again, you guys can be mad at me, but Kanye made Kim, in my mind, as far as giving her the status she has today of being the fashion girl, being the it girl, because the gag is, Kim, you were a reality star girl before Kanye came in your life. So now that Kanye has left the building, and everybody, I love how the black community is saying, we got Kanye back finally. Here is Kim strutting out with Pete Davidson, which the girls don't know, or if I don't know if you put the pieces together, Pete has always digged at Kanye. Pete has always talked shit about Kanye as far as when he was going through his mental shit, which I don't think is nice. I don't like how he, really always was the butt of the joke for Pete Davidson, right? And I know he's a comedian, I get it. But then you turn around and get with his ex-wife, where it's where's their motive? Where's their motive, sir? And Kanye, you ain't no better, my guy, because you went out and got Miss Julia Fox, and now and I live for Julia Fox. Her statement was this, because everybody was like, you just getting Kanye for the fame and the money. And here go my bitch Julia. She said, honey, I've been dating billionaires all my adult life, so let's not do this. I said, oh, I've been dating billionaires my entire adult life, so let's not do this. I said, period. She's that girl. Okay. Yeah. But already since being in Kanye's life, Miss Julia is giving you fashion, model, skinny, rich, right? But clearly this is a marketing ploy for both. Clearly this is a revenge moment because I know I can make the press be on my side, and then you can do what you need to do to make the press be on your side. But then Kim came out and was in Nikes, bitch. Now for you bitches that are not into sneakers, I'm sorry. This is a big deal. So when Yeezy came out, Kim was there to help launch the whole thing. And she was always supporting Yeezy. You would never see her in a goddamn Nike, bitch. Not a tracksuit, not a nothing. Now, my bitch, ooh, she tired. It's her taking a picture of the shoe. Not just her in the shoe. It's her, if you slide over, girl, it's just my foot in the shoe. Oh, you really just want to make a point. Yeah, bitch, I'm wearing these shoes now. Ha.
Yeah, and I'm sponsored by him.
Fuck, you heard.
Period.
It's so ghetto. This is the most ghetto divorce I've ever seen in my life. And we only find it entertaining because they're rich and they're famous. But if this was two black people, oh my God. You two need to chill out. It's too much. It's
Yeah, they'll be mad.
But we give, for some reason, the Kardashians a pass.
Well, not for some reason.
Oh.
Very clear reason.
What's the clear reason?
Well.
Yeah. Is it privilege?
Is it? Is it? Like you said, she wouldn't get away with it as a black woman.
Come on.
None of them would.
No. But you got black kids.
None of them would. You know, they got
You got black kids. Miss Kim, you have black kids down.
They got to have many.
You got a whole tribe of them. Black kids.
And beautiful kids. Beautiful
gorgeous.
Children, beautiful children. But you know, they got to,
And I always wanted to know, now that they're getting, now they're getting divorced, what happens with shut the fuck up.
Under the breath in the back. Getting cult. A spiritual bitch. What the fucking rosary? I just realized I got the rosary on.
Not you praying. It's getting cold. Shout out to Jesus. Listen. I wanted to just open up the show with Kim and Kanye because that's the most thing I see on my timeline right now. It's the most craziest shit that's going on right now as far as pop culture, because these bitches, when the fuck you seen Kim at Universal before? Kim is now at Universal, no security, by the way, just a hoodie. Just a hoodie, girl, and body, giving you very much Universal on a roller coaster with Pete Davidson. I said, that bitch ain't never been Universal with Kanye with just no security walking around crazy. No. But you know what? Fuck them. What about Pete Davidson? I feel like Pete Davidson has done it, honey. He drops from starlet to starlet to starlet. He Ariana Grande, then I think somebody's famous daughter.
Who was after?
It was a famous daughter of a famous actor. It was that. And then moving on to now one of the biggest stars in the world, Kim Kardashian. So it's just like, how did people love a funny motherfucker?
Yeah. They do.
Are you getting men because of that?
Me?
I can't. Oh no! The face crack!
That's what the manager in the corner. It's giving manager in the corner.
Said,
Me?
You said what?
That's gonna be a good clip. Fuck, that's gonna be a clip. Yes.
Yeah.
But the answer is yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
Do you think you get guys attention because you're funny?
Yeah.
Or do you think that's a selling point, a solid? As for me, it was. I think I wouldn't have gotten my boyfriend if I wasn't funny. If I didn't have any personality, if I wasn't funny, bitch, I'd be just another little.
Yeah.
How you doing, girl?
And you know what the gag is? I'm not so sure that. Most of the men that I attract do know who I am.
T.
But I'm
not
love
a famous bitch.
Sure, we do love it. We do love with the smile. We do stand now.
We do.
But the funny thing about it is, usually going on dates or fucking these men,
or fucking these motherfuckers,
fucking these niggas.
Yeah.
Also, P.S. If you heard in the media,
not you about to do a clear up. P.S. If you heard me in the media,
let me use this moment to say,
do that.
if you have heard in the media from anyone that I've had sex with them, 99% of the time I did not.
I thought you were about to
These
say
niggas do
99% of the time.
Oh, I did. Oh, 1% of the time I did. 99% of the time I didn't. The niggas I fuck don't speak.
You waving into the camera.
I am, and because I'm hot.
Okay. It's my shit. Y'all became. I'm like, this is the jam, bitch. Listen, air conditioning.
Period.
I told you.
It's AC.
I'm getting you one.
I'm going to take it.
It's, if you just don't put it in the mic, it's just you don't hear it.
I'm going to take it.
Can you hear it? You probably
I can. You probably can't hear it. We hear it.
Oh Lord. But yes.
No, but most of the men that I date, fuck, etc., they expect when they go on dates, fuck whatever, with other people with status, they expect me to be boring in person.
You niggas that you have fucked.
I'm fucking weak. I'm fucking weak.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Just piggybacking off the niggas. If anybody in the media said they fucked you, they lied.
Yeah, they lied.
And they think you're boring and you usually go out.
Usually they would think that, because they're used to other niggas being, but this nigga just said that about a week and a half ago.
They said they thought you were going to be boring?
Yeah, they were people are usually pleasantly surprised.
Really?
Because these niggas be boring.
Yeah.
You know? Which, makes sense. At the end of the day, we're personalities.
Yeah.
I am a personality.
Yeah, bitch, like that's not just for camera.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what?
But the funny thing about that is I think niggas end up staying around less often when they realize that I'm funny. Because they expect me to not be, if that makes sense. They're used to, these boring niggas in LA. They want that.
I don't want that.
Yeah, well, we can't
but
relate.
Like, damn.
These other,
But I remember that when I was dating. I remember that. Like, if I was too me, I don't know how to. Yeah. Because you're not just also funny, you also are smart, and then you know how to talk, and you know how to get into different topics. So complex is what the word I'm looking for. They don't like complexity.
No.
We want you to just be whole.
Simplicity, baby.
Just be a hold for me or a peen. Either one will do. You know what I mean? Speaking of, next part of the Gigiana. The conclusion for Kim and Kanye, they're a mess. Moving but I want to also ask you, speaking of, dating and just getting into, yourself and expectations of people have of you, New Year's resolutions. Do you have a question? Do you believe New Year's resolutions are healthy? Or do you believe that it's important to have one? Like, do you think it's worth it? Like, do you think, like, mentally, right? Would you say, like, okay, at the first of this year, I am going to change my whole entire life? Do you think that's realistic, one? And two, do you think it's healthy?
As far as, okay, one, realistic, no. Two, healthy, no. Because I was thinking, I was going to say.
Shut the fuck up! One, no. But two, fuck no.
Remember that? Yeah. Fuck no.
No, fuck no.
But also, it depends on who. It depends on the person. So for me, for example, and we just spoke about this not too long ago. I have learned as I shed skin, as I evolve and step into new spaces and explore new parts of myself. For example, getting in the gym regularly, changing my diet, cutting back on drinking. I used to think, like, damn, I need to start this and cut it out cold turkey, just like people, quitting cigarettes and shit.
Like,
I need to
cut out drinking cold turkey?
Drinking cold turkey, staying on top of my fitness, cold turkey type shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to just go hard at it.
Exactly.
Like, I don't
forever.
In perpetuity. Yeah. Like, so you think, like, because that's one thing I don't understand. So, I'm a gym rat, right? I love going to the gym. Working out for me is meditation.
Yeah.
But when people say, because I've had people in my gym, like, they come out of nowhere, like, okay, well, I'm at the gym. I don't understand, and why would you even want to do this to yourself? But like, okay, so this day on the 1st, I am going to be going to the gym every day, nonstop. I don't give a fuck if my body doesn't want to go. But baby, you can't force yourself into shit like that. And that is part of the topic that we had. I think, right? Is about do you think that those new habits that you form with the resolution, we could combine these two actually, the punishment element of it. At least for myself, my main thing for, for me, like you said, is cold turkey about drinking, go to the gym. Mine was I want to eat correctly, right? So like I eat good now. Like you won't catch me eating McDonald's and shit like that, or a double cheeseburger for no reason, unless I'm out to eat. But I enjoy food, and I had to realize, because about to get dark again.
I'm weak.
I had honestly developed a somewhat of an eating disorder, and I was very, close-knit about it, because I inspire a lot of people to be healthy and like work out and love themselves and shit like that. But then I also realized, to be quite honest with you, if you follow me on everything, I don't believe in the whole, and I had to readjust my brain. And I wouldn't say I don't believe in, let me say I readjust my brain to believe that everything doesn't have to be, I love myself, I'm positive, I love myself, I'm positive. That's not realistic. Yeah. Because it's not. Yeah. I love food, and I had to realize that I love food. I hated myself and punished myself mentally for loving food. For if my boyfriend asked me to go to dinner, I'm out here counting calories and like, I don't know if I can afford to eat a breadstick or eat this, because my own reasons. Nobody's around me pressuring me to be skinny. Let me preference that, okay? There's somebody in my life saying, I won't love you if you're not, I don't have none of that. It was all because I thought that subjectively, when you're on a weight loss journey, especially on a weight loss journey in public, you need to be, sharp. Like, it needs to be giving at all times. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's the case. I had to, but it took me a while to get to this point of, what if I would just want some wings? What if I want a slice of pizza? What is wrong with that? Yeah. Bitch, but I also know how to, portion control. I also know how to eat the right things. I have a meal prep service, so like I get my shit delivered and everything like that. So I'm on it. But I used to think like, okay, well, no, bitch, okay, I can't go out to have a burger with my friends, or I'll gain all my weight back. I'll instantly think like that. And I developed, I wouldn't say a huge eating disorder to a point where it was toxic, but it was definitely a mild eating disorder where I would be scared of food. I was scared of food, and I would reject going to certain meetings for food. I actually have done a couple of meetings this past year where I was like, instead of a dinner meal, let's just do, Zoom, because I don't want to eat. And I was like, fuck, that's terrible. And I told my boyfriend about it. He was like, oh, babe, you got to work on that. Like, and he's the one that really brought it to my attention. Like, why are you acting like this? Because you didn't act like this when we first got together. And I think us being in a public image and us creating content for a living got me to, you see yourself all the time. You're always editing yourself. You're always, producing yourself. And I start to nitpick myself apart. Like, I'm not perfect enough for this and the third. And so I understand that whole New Year resolution thing, but I cut that shit off when I was in like high school, due to the fact it wasn't realistic for me. And for me, my longest turmoil was weight loss. So my New Year's resolution, as much as a lot of people is weight loss. And so every top of the year, okay, I'm losing weight this year. This is me at 16. I'm losing weight this year. Fuck what you heard. I'm gonna do this, do that. 2 days through, I give myself about 5 days in. That 5th day, I'm binge eating. Yeah. We don't talk about binge eating in this community enough, but binge eating it's because even your famous fitness influencer binge eats, girl, sometimes, because it's a mental thing. Next thing you know, you're just downing everything you want to ever to eat because I just want to scarf it down. You've been neglecting that natural, I love to eat this shit, instead of giving yourself a portion control or a moderate situation. We just indulge. And I think you probably could say the same thing even if you like to drink, or if you like to smoke. If you try to like cold turkey it, like, bitch, if I try to stop smoking weed for like 5 days and like punish myself, like I'm never smoking weed again, and I finally smoke, bitch, I'm gonna have 10 blunts. Yep. I would have like 10 blunts, bitch. Period. Rolled. Yeah. Yeah. You wanna talk about zooted? You wanna talk about zooted, bitch? Zooted. So yeah. I don't believe that. One, I don't think it's not even just realistic. I don't think that it's sustainable.
And that's what it is. Yeah. When I say it isn't realistic, I don't think it's realistic. I mean in reference to sustainability.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Learning just moderation is what for example, resolutions. I've been a resolution bitch for the longest. I had my resolution. This is probably the first year that I didn't, really do it. Make resolutions. But that's just because my idea of goals, like my goals and what I want to accomplish, etc., has changed. And like I said, when when I really realized like this doesn't have to be a cold turkey thing. I can make this change temporarily in my life and then go back to whatever the fuck I was doing before temporarily and then go back to that temporarily. It's really just about moderation.
It is. It's about, but I guess you also have to ask yourself this question. Do you want to cut this completely off? So if you have a hardcore drug problem, right? I'm guessing if you have a resolution to go get help, you're going to be like, okay, bitch, I'm going to do this because it's hurting other people.
Yeah.
But like, if you feel like you have a problem, quote unquote, say you smoke too much, right? If you feel like you smoke weed too much, but it's not hurting anybody else, it's not hurting your productivity, it's not hurting, anything in your life, but it's just hindering you to hit that next part of your life, that's where I feel like the moderation comes into play. Because I feel like some people may use moderation as a crutch, just being honest. I feel like some people will use moderation as, oh, it's okay, I'm just doing it in moderation.
Yeah.
I mean, bitch, if you're killing yourself in moderation, let's talk about it.
You're still killing yourself.
You're still killing yourself.
Yeah.
So I feel like that should be used for if you want, and it has to be for your discretion. If you want to remove this from your life, if you want to slowly, gradually move this from your life, is the end goal to get this out of your life, or is the end goal to learn moderation? So if you do smoke too much, or if you do drink too much, I'm only going to smoke if I'm in a social thing, or if I'm only going to smoke after work. I'm only going to smoke, on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday moment. So that's moderation. Yeah. That's how you control what you're in control of your shit. You're in control of what you do or how people view what you do. And I think that when you try to like cut it completely, like bitch, throw away all your weed. Imagine you delete your weed man number, the whole thing. Here you are, 5th day, bitch, on your couch watching whatever the fuck you like to watch. For me, it's Johnson's Cabaret. Period. And not high. I'm not high. Fuck.
Well, damn.
Okay, well, fuck.
Where do I go?
Next thing I know, I'm ordering my weed.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm ordering 10 blunts.
From someone new.
From someone new.
Because I deleted my old weed, man.
I don't want to. It's the new year. We're only in the 2nd month of the new year. I do not want to give myself hindrances. I do, on the flip side of all this, I do believe in creating new goals for yourself, right? So for me personally, I like to make goals that scare me. And this brings me to the next topic of, am I good enough, right? So I make goals for myself that scare the fuck out of me. And that's how I've, moved through this whole LA journey of mine is, okay, I remember when I first moved here, I lived in a shitty apartment. And I said, okay, I'm only going to stay here for 6 months. Yeah. And I'm going to give myself that. And then on that 6th month, I'm going to be in somewhere nicer. And I said, I'm going to work hard as fuck to get there. And that was my big goal at that time. And Lord behold, that's what happened. But it was because I really had that goal. So I was like grinding my ass off to make more money. And even now, fast forward, I'm like, I want to come back with a podcast, but do I really want to do it the way I did it before? Or my music, I've been working on this music for 2 years. But it's only because it wasn't sounding the way I wanted it to sound yet. I made records. I think they're good. I think my first records are nice, but it's not what I wanted. It's not the release. It's not worthy of a release. At least not yet, because a bitch can go back. The thing about music, you can go back and retweak it and, But I knew that it wasn't ready. Yeah. And I wanted to give myself that time. And I think that's back to the moderation thing of not more saying, am I good enough? But saying, okay, you know what? Let me give myself time to be good enough. Let me carve out time to sharpen that skill. So I am good enough. At least, because what really matters, the scale of are you good enough, quote unquote, only matters to you. At least it should. That measurement should only matter to you. You should feel like, to yourself, I am finally now good enough. Like now I finally feel good enough to release a project, right? But it took 2 years. And I feel like we shouldn't give ourselves time limits. When I do goals, I don't give myself time limits as far as like, okay, so say if I didn't hit that thing in 6 months, right? Oh, well, I'm not going to say, oh, fuck, I'm a failure. Well, 6 more months then, bitch. It'll happen. I'm not going to say at that 6 month goal, if it doesn't happen, oh, well, it's over. And I used to do that a lot to myself. Like, well, if I don't do this by then it's done. And can I blame social media? Probably. The instant gratification of it all. And then I often forget that I'm in my 20s and still trying to figure everything out. And I never want to come off like I got it all together. And so I often struggle with the feeling of, am I doing the right thing to get to that next goal, that bigger, scarier goal? Not more so if I'm good enough, but am I doing the right steps to get there? Because like I said, it's all about sustainability, right? So once you get to that goal, what happens next? Because I feel like when we make these big goals and we somewhat reach them, we kind of get stagnant and stop and like, I made it here. That's it. We're good here. And that's one of my biggest fears, bitch. I never want to be stuck. I never want to be stagnant. I don't want to be comfortable. I think that I can have $1 trillion, bitch, and still be like, okay, how can I make $1 trillion? You know what I mean? Just because I love the I guess the rush, or more so the feeling of feeling that all right, my wheels are in motion. My wheels are in motion. And I think also circling back to that trauma of where you come from, where you raised in Detroit, Michigan, we're often known to get comfortable. The thing is, my people, and I'm speaking about black folk, we were always told what you get, you hold on to it tight. Because you don't know when the next blessing is coming. And so we get comfortable. We get comfortable. And so then that's where the whole, am I good enough to do that? I've had friends that tell me I want to start a business and be like, oh, and have a whole plan, bitch. Bitch, have a whole plan. Friends have had a whole plan and it's executable. Like, bitch, if you just did it, you'd be cunt.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this was going to do this, and I don't know if people going to like me if I did that. But you don't even know. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know.
My idea of it, taking it back to mindset. My mind is so powerful. Oof. And I've been training my mind so sickeningly the past several years, and it has been hell. Literally have had to go to hell and back.
No, for real.
And face XYZ over and over and over again to get here. But I think from a place of abundance. And that is, I believe, what separates me from people who are complacent, who are stuck. That is not a fear of mine. I think that that's normal to be complacent, to go through periods of complacency.
Absolutely, because then you can learn shit in there.
Exactly.
You can learn shit in that complacency.
And as artists, that's just natural for us in general. We're always trying to, level up. But I don't think... Ooh, my mom watched this.
You're so stupid. But,
I've just always lived, and I've had to really train it in my adulthood because this shit is ghetto. I've always lived in a place of abundance. I will always have what the fuck I need. I will always be exactly where I need to be, even if I don't feel like I am. I will always get it eventually. I'm not sure when the fuck it happened.
I don't know when.
I don't know when it'll come. But it always has my name on it. But then that's back to
what I was saying about giving myself that quote unquote time limit. But then if I hit that time limit, it doesn't happen. It's gonna come. Yeah. It's going to come. Yeah. I have no choice. And I think that recently, in the past 2 years, I've learned that my mind is powerful. And I think people used to tell me that my mind was powerful, but I didn't feel it. And now I see like, oh, when I really put my mind to some shit. Yeah. Oh, bitch, I can move mountains.
Matriculate.
For real, though.
Is it matriculate?
I don't know.
I don't know. Matriculate, something like that. Materialize. Let's use that. I like that. Materialize my thought. Yeah.
Because that's what happens. That's what fucking happens. Like, bitch, okay. I think, let me ask you this. Do you feel that being good enough, do you think that comes with childhood trauma? Or do you think that comes with adulthood trauma, or a little bit of both?
I wanted to say a little bit of both.
Because I asked that because, and I'm going to give you a little bit more context, is in your adulthood, being good enough can mean a lot, right? It can mean a relationship, a job, friendships, even yourself. Childhood, am I good enough, can somewhat be the same way with relationships with family members, sports, extracurricular activities, friendships where, it's competitive. Because as children, you compete with your friends in an unnatural thing. But that somewhat can, at least for me, it traveled from childhood to adulthood for my not good enough trauma, because I had friends that had it. And they got shit handed to them from their parents. And I'm like, now my parents, they all right. Now I didn't, my grandparents didn't struggle. So they could get me what I needed. But my parents wanted me to work for it, right? And I could never fucking stand why. And I thought, and I told my nana, I said, I think I had got a complex of I'm not good enough because of that. And I know you did it, and I told us I know you did it for a good reason, to like show me responsibility and show me like, you know, it's good to work for your shit. But in that same breath, I had a feeling that I wasn't good enough to have the same thing that Tim and Tommy and Harry had. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why I asked, like, do you think that good enough stems from childhood or adulthood or a little bit of both?
I think honestly that it's just childhood. The way that I see it is the older I get, the more I realize that, I was always good enough. And everything, honestly,
that's the T.
And negative in my life, in my adulthood, it all stems. You can trace it back to some sort of trauma in my childhood. Yeah. The older I get, I find things that fit for me. I find people that fit, and locations, and energy. There is nothing, as cliche as it sounds, there's nothing that can happen to me, be done to me, be sent my way, etc., that I don't allow. There's no bad shit I can sit in that I don't allow. Like you said, even going back to what you said earlier, we can, we can use moderation. We can grow in moderation and shit, but do you want it?
Oh!
Like if you,
is that what you really want?
If you want it.
Is that what you really want?
And that's the beautiful thing to me about this year specifically. I want it. I want it. I
want
better things for me. I want to eat better. I want to be fit.
Yes.
I want to be healthy, mentally healthy. I want to go to the fucking to my therapist, my psychiatrist, get my medication.
Yes.
I want to make money.
Yeah. Real shit though. Shut the fuck up. Legally. You got to put that in there.
I want to.
That's a preference. You do have to. I do want to be there legally.
Yeah, legally. But I want it. I want it. And anything negative that happens, I can always trace it back to something I have to heal from childhood. Yeah. Adulthood, I'm not. Adult Trey is just so blessed. Like child Trey was so blessed, but adult Trey is so blessed.
That's
so
how I feel.
Favored.
I feel that. I feel like adult Zach is like, oh bitch, you're the baddest bitch.
You're the
bitch that I was waiting for as a teenager, as a kid. I was waiting for you, bitch. I was waiting for you at the door, bitch. Because I have never been this confident, never been this strong, never been this believant in myself. This year just. And I'm not really even a yearly kind of person like, next year I'm really going to blow up. I'm really I take it as a season. I take things as seasons regardless of the year, regardless of, the new year. I always feel like it's a continuation, right? My journey from December into January is the same journey. I don't think that a date changes that. I just think that it gives me more time, right? It's almost like here's a new journey. Here's the rest of your journey that you're going down, right? Here's the rest of the path. And I feel so strong this year. And I guess that's why I'm looping it back around to the fear of the other shoe dropping. It's because I haven't felt this strong in a long time. And maybe not ever, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever felt this sure in myself. Like I can bet on myself. I didn't bet on myself before. I probably faked the funk to bet on myself.
Which you have to.
Listen. You have to get to, gotta start somewhere. But now, oh bitch.
You're not gonna play with my face, play up in my face like
you
this.
You can't.
Don't play in my face.
You just simply cannot.
You. And yours.
I'll shoot you and me.
That's Selena over there. Look at it.
Oh my God. So that's the Gigiana. I think we got into the Gigiana. I just wanted to, for the first Gigiana, the Gigiana is thick for that new year, bitch. Usually we talk about celebrities and things here, but I really wanted to make sure that you guys watching at home, that the new year is not a time to give yourself these restrictions or these hindrances, and you are fighting against the clock, bitch. You got every day to live. Listen, you got every day to live like you. You have every day to invest in you, but you have to start at the root of it. The root is, do you want it? Somebody had you. Do you want it? Do you want it? If you don't want it, because I say that about the industry girls, and I say that on my Skype calls all the time. Like I'll say such and such, maybe she don't want the fame. That's very true. The girls don't believe me. Some people just sign deals for the exposure and the money. I don't want the fame. You can keep that. And so that's fine. So you have to, and I use that analogy to say, whatever you're working on, it can be a food truck, a store, or even just something for yourself, like your own business for you. Bitch, start with every single day giving your time. Okay, bitch, I'm doing this. Ooh, and the little victories. Before we change, I want to make sure I acknowledge that those little victories matter.
Yeah.
Those little victories of like, ooh, bitch, like I was saying last night, like, ooh, bitch, I grew. Oh my God, I'm not even pissed about it like I used to. I grown. Oh my God. Give yourself credit of your growth. Give yourself that credit, you know? So that's all I wanted to say. I just want to make sure we are all on the same page mentally up in here about the new year, because the new year has this stigma of, oh God, it's the new year and I'm not doing shit. Fuck that. Bitch, you gonna be doing something if you want to be doing something. There you go. There you go.
Period.
You got anything else to say before we get on them, before we change?
There was something specifically related to time, because I mean time is man-made, but for one of my biggest things, learning and yours is too, is structure and schedule. And that's where I stand things like New Year's resolutions, and where I see people standing it like, okay, I may be, if weed is what you're trying to smoke, I may be a pothead all throughout fucking December. On December fucking 31st, I might be zooted 10 blunts. But January 1st, you can use that time to mentally train yourself to practice new habits.
So you think
to start something new?
Do you think having that moderation with the new habits, those two things can help?
Yeah.
Because even with the new habits of our show, of being structured and having schedules and due dates,
wouldn't work without it.
I never had a due date before for myself.
Wouldn't
now
work
I
without
do. Now I got all types of due dates and schedules, and my schedule. I know exactly what I'm gonna be doing on this day. On that second day, I better be doing this. I got homework. You know, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know. I guess you could say that's a resolution. I didn't have it. I didn't say I wanted it to be, but it naturally has become a resolution of, oh, this is a new habit. And I like this new habit because it challenged, like back to that thing, I like to challenge myself. I like to move forward. I feel like that part of the quote unquote resolution, and it is the new year, so the new year resolution of it is helping me get to that next level of that bigger goal that I was scared of.
But so, it's also okay.
Yeah. And
if by December or January 2nd, you back to smoking 10 blunts.
or you just don't have a due date.
Or you don't have a due date.
But it's about, like you said.
But if you do have a due date,
yeah.
Going back to the importance of the dates and the scheduling and shit, if you set January 1st as your due date, and January 2nd, you are high as hell. That's okay, because January 3rd is another day.
Listen, because now January 3rd
is another day.
I'm back.
12 a.m.
But you have to want it. You have to want it. You got to want it. All right, girl, let me gather my bearings. I used to love saying that, bitch.
I remember.
I need to gather my bearings, bitch.
Yeah, me fucking it up. Yeah, Kathy.
Collect your bearings. That was Kathy's shit, bitch. Collect your fucking bearings, bitch. Let me tell you something. Get your bearings, gather my bearings before I get up in here, because it's not about how hard you fall, it's about how you get up.
Exactly. Every time, because you're going to fall.
Bitch.
We all
faith.
Fall. We're going to fall.
Or word.
Yeah.
You saw Beyonce. She does it. People forget that my bitch is human. I always use her because that's like the most God complex we have on the earth. So it's like, bitch, Beyonce will fall.
Okay. So you think you can't?
And the thing is, I have to remind my friends that are getting into business and stuff like, bitch, my bitch Beyonce has had fashion lines, business things that have flopped. Did she stop? And did she stop?
No.
And did she dwell on it? Did you see her make a statement about it? Bitch, she moved on and canned that shit and got the fuck on.
And look at her. I love that.
I love that.
My inspiration.
That's what you call business. It flopped. Everybody move on.
Scrap it.
We don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck you're talking about? What are you talking about?
Because you always learn something that works in the shit that doesn't.
And my bitch said, I can apply that to my next.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's the only way you learn what works, by doing shit that doesn't.
It's somewhat a game in a sense. It is a game.
But it is.
Can we do games and gags?
Get into it. Speaking of. Games and gags.
Games and gags.
Games and gags. Games and gags.
That was beautiful.
You like that?
I'm excited.
I have to start twerking. Let's get into some games and gags, honey. Let's get into some games and gags.
I'm excited.
All right, so these games and gags, what are we doing today? What's the game?
What is this game called? How well do we know each other?
How well do we know each other? We got this from GQ. Mm-hmm. They do it with couples. Me and Trey are not a couple, but we've been around each other for a while.
It has been years.
For some years now.
What, 7?
Oof. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah. It'll be 7 years this year.
Shit.
Whoa.
Like that for us.
I do too. I actually stand that.
Connection.
Yeah.
Because, bitches don't last that long. Bitches don't last that long.
Oh, my God.
Well, we got some questions.
Okay, so...
From our producers.
Yes. And it's questions that we posted about each other. Mm-hmm. Correct? Mm-hmm. I guess this is a lighthearted game this time. It's nothing too crazy, but it may be, We'll just see how well we know each other.
That's fine. You want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, I'm scared.
Oh. Okay. Who is my inspiration?
Ooh, biggest?
Yes. Who's my biggest inspiration? I mean, let's go with my biggest inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Ooh. Uh-oh, there she go. She's already slipping.
Biggest inspiration.
Who's my biggest inspiration?
As far as business, as far as artistry, as far as like music,
it didn't say all that. It just
creation.
said, what's my biggest inspiration?
I just feel like it should be clarified. I just feel like, because there's so many different avenues.
Who's my biggest inspiration in entertainment?
Is it Gaga? Because Gaga is one of.
It is.
One of, but
it
biggest.
Is biggest, though. Like in entertainment, like...
Not Beyonce? Mm-hmm. It is Beyonce?
It's Beyonce.
Okay, so my intuition should have just shut the fuck up.
You should have just
But the thing is, well, I know, obviously B. Yeah. Obviously B.
Obviously Gaga, too, though. Let's not be honest.
Obviously.
Yes.
But just even thinking about when I met you, we're not supposed to be going into all this, but when I met you, how big Gaga was for you. And how little she was for me.
Yeah.
No
shade.
Cut that out. Because they're gonna eat me up. Because they're gonna take it out of context. I love Gaga. I do.
Yeah.
I do. But the way that it makes me look small.
Yeah. Gaga is an inspiration for me for musicality, but Beyonce entertainment wise, because she's so poised and the way she handles fame is so inspirational to me. Because Gaga got that from B, how to handle that fame and the monster that it is. So I just think Beyonce is like, that's it for me with that.
It is. That's that on that.
You go ahead, it's you.
Am I an early bird or a night owl? Who wrote this question? Who wrote the question? This is easy.
Oh, girl, this is predictable. Let me go ahead and say this. Listen, let me tell you something. Bitch, night. Let me tell you something about Trey, okay? My bitch got up this morning because there's money to be made.
There's money to be made.
But baby, if it ain't nothing else, that bitch in that bed. The thing is, Trey knows how to sleep. I want to learn how to sleep like that, bitch.
But the thing is, I don't.
Bitch, you just be in the bed. You just know how to be in your own world until the world is ready for you. I'm sorry, until you're ready for the world.
The thing, it seems like that. But that's because people go to bed at midnight. Trey goes to bed when people wake up.
At 6.
So it seems like Trey sleeps. Trey does not sleep. Trey just is up all night.
I've experienced this. Let me tell you something.
Trey is up all fucking night.
Bitch, I'm talking about like, oh my God, Trey, you just want to like, let's, we're going to have a little kickback, a little moment. That kickback lasts till 7:30 a.m.
3 p.m.
The next day.
Thank you, Kathy.
It has happened.
I learned that from Kathy.
I'm talking about, I've got a full body of rest. I wake up and these bitches are in the same spot.
Taking shots. Pulling cards.
What is happening?
Well, what fucked up?
Sickness. I'm drunk.
Well, if you must know. Good morning. Good morning.
Bitch, and now going to bed.
Yeah.
Now going to bed.
Get into it.
Okay. What is my ultimate dream goal?
I just feel like that's so vague. Because you have so many.
It's very vague. What is my... I'll ask this. Where do I see myself in the next 2 years as far as career? That narrows it down a little bit.
A little bit. In the next 2 years, she has completed at least one tour.
Okay.
She has completed at least one tour. We're not sure if it's national or international.
These are facts.
Probably international.
These are facts.
One tour, she has released music, her original music, because the girls don't know. While she reviews, she also creates.
Yeah, listen.
It's sickening.
Listen.
She's created she's releasing music. She's seen as a peer in the industry. And not just reviewing, she's seen as a peer. You're already seen as a peer. People don't realize that behind the scenes.
We don't talk about it. I never talk about that part of my life.
And I'm always here to type you up and remind you that it don't matter what Nan bitch got to say about Zachary Campbell. Zachary Campbell is keyking with these bitches behind the scenes. Zachary Campbell is a celebrity too.
I like to stay on this side of the world, at least publicly. It feels good.
It is. It's cute. It's cute. Subtle. That's the simple thing.
That's the humble.
No, but seriously.
Okay.
I'm fucking weak.
Oh, that's everything.
Seriously.
That's everything.
It's nice to have that balance, that duality.
Yes.
Of it. It's very beautiful to have that duality.
You actually hit all my...
I have to say good.
All of them, actually.
Good.
That's everything.
Good.
Being an artist, a main artist, probably did a tour. Our podcast has probably on its fourth season.
The podcast is absolutely.
And she has, bitch, we probably did a tour for the podcast. I would love to do that actually one day.
That would be sick and easy.
Ooh, easy. Bitch, do a tour with us just sitting on a big ass table and doing this shit live in front of people. Somebody want to hit me up for that? Listen,
I just heard a chat.
Listen,
that'd be beautiful.
One of the tours.
Listen, but literally just that on top of fleshing out Tired Ass Entertainment as a production company.
Y'all don't
as a
ready
business.
for that yet.
Y'all don't know what the fuck is.
Y'all not ready for that yet.
And if I already got your name on it, so be it.
T.
My question.
What's your question?
What's my favorite type of food?
Well, that's hard because you're a very picky bitch.
She is a picky bitch.
A very picky bitch, and she's only going to eat 2 bites in that setting.
She gets full. Her stomach is small.
That's one thing about you, bitch. I don't know how you would ever gain weight if you're trying to gain weight, bitch. Because, girl, you eat 2 bites and then put it up for 3 days later. I don't know. Ooh, but if I had to, what would you always go to? The first thing that comes up to mind is sushi.
Okay.
Because that is a very default for you. Anything cuisine, so I'm guessing like Asian cuisine, Thai cuisine, those kind of things, spices and shit like that got flavors and different types of shit. He's here for it.
You are correct.
Yeah, but I think
that.
Yeah, that's. But
comma,
because a bitch can also go for a little turkey, a little wing moment. I've seen you do a wing. Spaghetti and pastas is your shit too.
See, while I may seem picky, I really do eat it all.
Yeah, no, you do.
Ass included.
This is very much facts.
That's a clip.
I actually was going to say your favorite meal was ass.
It's fucking booty.
At first, but then I said sushi. But ass is a very close first.
It's fucking booty.
It's whole.
It's fucking whole.
It's whole is the very close first. Yeah. And actually, the thing is, can I be honest with you? I honestly didn't know much about ass eating until you came into my life 7 years ago. And as I was like, girl, wait a minute. I went back home after. I said, should I be eating ass? I don't think I eat enough ass. I don't think I do. But you know what? I've also noticed I'm not really an ass eater. Ooh. I'm really not. And Brian hates that about me, by the way.
I hate that.
Because I can't. I will. Like, don't get me wrong. But like, you're not gonna catch me asking to do so.
I hate that.
I don't know why. But you know what it is? I like sucking dick better. I do. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Duality. Yin and yang, they can live together.
That is true.
I mean,
I've definitely done that.
And then eat ass.
I've definitely done that.
More.
Yeah, like I've definitely done the from the back moment and the dick under. That's sickening. She's a beautiful moment.
It is.
But like, sucking dick is just magical.
It is. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience.
It's a magical thing. It's the technique of it. You have to be technical.
Because you really got to know what the fuck it is. Bitches think you could just know.
If you're just gonna put your mouth on somebody's peen, that's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Let me knock your teeth out.
I just learned what GOT 3000 was a couple days ago.
You're kidding me.
No. No. know. I did not know what the fuck that was. I said, bitch, I thought it's called giving neck, throat, gag. Gawk 3,000? No, that's new.
Just heard that for the first.
That's
I just
new.
feel like that's a lie because I know I've said it around you.
Girl, but that's new. That's a new term. Because remember when bitches used to say getting dome?
That new, yeah.
You remember that one?
Gawk 3,000 has been around for at least like 3 years.
I've never heard of it. I don't know.
I've never heard of it. Yeah.
That's Super Glock 3000.
That's super Gawk.
Madison.
What?
Madison, is your camera recording? Oh, Madison Cunnington.
I've never heard of it.
I never heard of that. Oh, that just got me my life. You know what? Actually, I never heard of that.
I can't believe you
I've
have.
never, no, because I've never, nobody's used Gawk 3000.
Gawk 3000.
You ever used that around me?
I know I have.
I
I
know
I used it in one of our videos.
Probably.
I
And I didn't know what you were talking about, probably.
And then listen and just reached over it.
Yeah. I just thought it was sucking dick or getting dome or,
Gawk 3000.
But now I know. Oh, my turn. It's my turn.
Ponto. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta pee.
This is my last question, actually. What is something I would never do? What is something I would never do? Like, you ain't gonna catch that doing that, bitch. I don't know about that one, girl. She ain't gonna get into that. That's a good one, actually. I actually want to know, because I don't know what I would never do.
What is not your ministry?
What is not my ministry? Because I'm not really a closed-minded individual.
No.
So I don't know about never, but I definitely have like limits of like, oh girl, I don't know. But as far as like what I would never do, that's interesting. I wouldn't work for free.
Period.
I would never work for free.
Because I'm going back again to the beginning of our friendship, and even so many things that you wouldn't have done then, you have done.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
What would you never do? Be a power bottom.
Yeah, no.
You would never be a strict bottom.
Like a strict bottom?
Would never be that.
And it's not because because bitch, I you know my stem. I think bottoms are the strongest bitches in the world.
No, absolutely.
Like they are the backbone of this community.
Of this fucking community.
Yeah,
of fucking
I know.
society.
Bitch, if you're a bottom,
get the worst end of the stick, no pun intended.
let me tell you, you did get the shit end of the stick. Fuck. Listen, I definitely think bottoms hold the community up. And I'm not one of those girls to hold the community up.
I'm not a pillar.
I'm sorry. I can't. That weight, that pressure, can't do, figuratively and literally. Yeah. I cannot. No. That's something I experiment with. And I guess people think because I live in my femininity that I'd love dick.
Conversation for another day.
But no.
No.
I'm a scary girl.
It is.
That's not my thing. That's not my thing. No.
Good answer, right?
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was sickening.
You're welcome.
You got one more?
I do have one more for you.
What you got for me?
Let's see. Which one out of these motherfuckers? That's easy. That's easy.
Make my titties jump.
I want your titties to fucking jump. They're not going to jump at these.
Not going to jump at these.
It's a soundbite.
You got one?
I'm going to jump at these.
Just think of one then.
How well do you know me?
Let's think.
Ooh, that's good. My Scorpio ass.
Yeah.
Remind me of Ring of Fire, fucking hot seat type.
Oh, we should have played Ring of Fire. Should we play Ring of Fire one? We didn't play Ring of Fire.
Episode 3.
That's it. We're playing Ring of Fire.
Drunk.
Oh, I can't wait to be drunk.
I'm okay.
And I don't even like drinking, but Ring of Fire is a good drinking game.
It is.
It's a really good
one.
drinking game.
We need
That's
to
a
be
whole
sponsored.
episode.
Yeah.
That's a whole episode. Fuck you, heard.
Write down, please.
Yeah.
I told you games that I need to make a game this year. I want to make a card game that is based off of Ring of Fire, but with my rules. Please write that down. Please. Yeah, we need that.
We have it on
need that.
camera.
I'm weak.
It will be here. That's actually a really good idea.
Fuck.
What you got?
Shit. Wow. Wow. Too easy.
Ooh. It's
How?
It's you in deep thought on camera.
Pensive. and I'm serious too. I'm serious. How? How old was I when I sucked my first dick? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's fair though.
No, it is
I don't
because you
think
told me this.
Oh,
you told
did
me
I?
This. You did because we had this conversation.
Okay.
If my
I'm sure
brain
we
is
did.
working correctly, because your first dick, because your first
dick.
homosexual experience, if I'm not mistaken, was in the bathroom at school.
Oh, you remember?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Am I sickening? You know me. Oh shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I was reaching, bitch. I was like,
Wow.
I think I know this.
You do.
Then that's
that's the first time you sucked dick.
It was a boy that you didn't know and he didn't know and y'all didn't
we
know.
Knew. Oh, that didn't know.
Yeah, y'all didn't know, but y'all knew, right?
Well, he was out.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
No,
Okay,
he was.
Okay, but you definitely was not.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
So yeah, I remember that. That was you didn't suck dick there though, did you? Yeah, I think you just.
I did suck I sucked dick. I ate ass for the first time.
Yeah.
My whole upper lip smelled like butt on the bus ride home. It was very confusing. You said what?
Did you say ew?
No, I said in the school.
Yes. Oh, imagine at school with. So let's talk about it really briefly. Let's talk about it really briefly. Let's just breeze by this really briefly.
Let's get into it.
Eating ass at school. Eating ass at school and upper lip smelling like butt. And the thing is, teenage butt is a different type of smell.
Type of fucking butt.
Ooh, maturing boy butt. That smells like
Madison in the corner. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh god. Whoa.
I'm so
What did I
weak.
sign myself up for? Bitch.
I will pet, but yeah.
No, that's
Great
that's
experience,
must.
but
that's
yeah.
must.
Musty butt.
Developing boy butt is a
And
different.
we didn't know fleet back then.
We didn't know.
Pins and
No,
douching.
no. Wait,
It's
if
just
you
pure
were a
raw
young
ass.
bitch, if you were a young gay boy doing things, you've smelled some things. Boys at that time and age just didn't. We didn't wash right. You just didn't wash right, so you didn't know.
Didn't know how.
You didn't know what the fuck you're washing for.
No.
I didn't know nobody was gonna be in my butthole today.
Let alone their tongue.
I didn't
Let alone
know.
their fucking lips.
Not the whole goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
But here I am in biology with my wet hole.
Okay, very wet. Very juicy, yeah.
And listen,
Creaming.
and you lip stinks. In final period.
Now keep in mind this was y'all smell that? Keep in mind this is after school. This is after school. School has ended.
Imagine you walking in the hall with y'all all right in here?
Y'all don't smell that butt?
Somebody
No, girl.
ass stinks.
That's just you. That's just what the fuck were you doing?
That's your lips.
I will never forget that moment.
Oh God. Can we
Answer.
Yeah.
We ate that up.
We ate that.
I
thought
really
we was
didn't
not
think.
I was expecting us to be like, bitch, I don't know.
I don't fucking know that.
No, I remember a lot. We talk, but we also
Oh,
talk so
We really
much,
do.
and we've had so many like sit down cries and like, bitch, my life. We've had so many of those moments, so it probably ain't that hard to be like,
Yeah.
I mean, girl, you
You're
know.
right. You're
And
right.
but it was a good, easy first game.
It was.
It's gonna get interesting as we go along. Trust me.
It was. I'm excited.
So now we are moving on to this part of the show that I really love. Tired ass therapy, correct? Where's the
Tired-ass
blazer? Do we
therapy.
need blazers? Should we not put our blazers
We
on?
do actually. We shouldn't even. Let's cut.
Bring the blazers in. Bring the blazers in. Welcome back
To tired ass
to
therapy.
Tired Ass Therapy.
Tired ass
So
therapy.
usually when we get into the therapy mode, I like to talk like this, just to give you just a sense of, calmness.
Still much.
Yeah. So today, you usually, Trey, you can tell them how you can usually submit on the website.
Well, is your life in fucking shambles? Take your ass. Take your ass to tiredasspodcast.com or call the hotline.
The hotline.
850.
Yes.
We tired.
We tired.
What
And
is
we
that, an actual
are.
number? We are very tired.
And it
What's
is an
that in
actual number. It
in
does
number
work.
form?
You can call us.
What is it in number form? Literally, 850. We tired.
Yes.
Leave a voicemail.
Leave a voicemail.
Tune in next week and see if yours is answered.
There you go.
Need some advice? We got you. Help us on the fucking way.
But And
Imagine your therapist.
help on the fucking way.
Help on the fucking way.
You fucked up girl.
Bitch.
Listen.
Okay, let's stop. Zach's cut out a little.
What? I'm cut out where?
I think we need to move
But it
over.
looks like you're in the rule of thirds, like you're
Yeah.
just on the side.
Oh.
No,
Right for what you're talking about.
Oh, we're good? Oh, we love producers, bitch.
we do.
We have to stand and give it up for the team up in this
Okay.
bitch tonight.
Madison and Celine.
Listen,
we love y'all.
we would not survive without y'all.
Couldn't do it.
Ah! Deaths, bitch. All right, ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so
What we got?
this week though, we have some people submit through Instagram, and so I have two questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
So back to my voice of being a therapist. Dr. Tired Ass is here. Is my
Yes.
pen? There's my pen.
God damn it.
Yes, there it is. There.
My chair keeps lowering.
What? God damn it.
God, fuck.
You ready?
Yeah.
So the first one comes from an anonymous. I'm gonna keep it anonymous.
Okay.
But they want to know, how can you get rid of no, not even two questions actually.
Mm-hmm.
How do you notice a toxic friendship?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one is, how do you then get rid of that toxic friendship when that friend does not believe they're toxic?
Okay.
Ooh, I said, oh my pussy. So I want to go here.
Okay.
I'm going to open it up and you finish it out, right? I think first noticing that person, there's multiple signs. There's multiple signs. There's not just one sign that says this friend is toxic. See, the thing is, people like to manipulate.
They do.
People like to put on masks
And do.
and say, you're the problem, not me. What do you mean? That's the first sign to me as a toxic friend. It was when you try to tell that friend, quote unquote, hey, I have this problem with you. I'm not saying this from a negative thing. I'm saying this as a friend. You should take this with love because it's not coming from hate unless that person really secretly hates you.
Listen,
That is possible.
because it does happen.
If you come to a friend, right, that friend, and you tell them, hey, I feel like X, Y, and Z. And the first reaction that they have, they say, well, why do you have that reaction? Why do you feel like that? Well, I feel like you're fucking tripping. Man, you tripping. You hating. You this, that, and that. If they disregard any of that feeling, even if they don't feel like it's right and they don't want to listen to you, that's a toxic friend.
Giving gaslight.
It's, I didn't. That being gaslighted is interesting. It's happened to me so many times I didn't even know it was happening. That friend is, if that quote unquote friend is telling you, you know what, I think you tripping. I think you just feel like this and the third. You probably basically flipping it back on you. That's not a friend. It's not a toxic. That's a very toxic friend at that. Another example could be that maybe a sign is you are doing something good in your life. And maybe you're making strides, right? That friend, maybe you met that friend at a time in your life that wasn't the best, and now you're making strides. You're getting better. You're elevating, right? And that friend says, "I mean, I guess I just feel like you changed." Ooh,
They love that.
They say, I just feel like you changed. You're not the same person I used to know. You used to be like this, that, and the third, but now you just act like this. And it doesn't feel like you care about me. Now that, my dear, and when you're and I preference that with saying you're bettering yourself. You are explaining that you're bettering yourself, and you even try to bring that friend on for the journey, but they tell you, I don't like this new journey. You're not the same bitch you used to be. That's toxic. Now then, your next question, how do you get rid of this toxic, please? Now, the old me would tell you, just say fuck it and get the fuck on. I have learned through bitches like Trey that that's not how you handle people. Bitch, I used to be terrible. Okay, let me tell you something. I used to be. Trey will tell you, bitch, my tolerance for bullshit is fuck you, goodbye, nobody cares. But that is not
how you handle that.
That's not how you do that. Because the thing is about toxic people, I don't know if you're spiritual like me and Trey. I don't like to put my beliefs on people, but toxic people like to leave that toxic thing on you when you try to, get rid of them in a way that they don't agree with, right? So if you do say, fuck you, get the fuck out of my life, they leave that toxic, I don't want to say spell because I don't want to creep some of you bitches out, but I believe in spells. So I don't want to creep some of you bitches out, but they leave that energy. That's more digestible. They leave that energy because bitch like me think a spell. But listen, They leave an energy on you that makes you toxic towards the next quote unquote friend that maybe be there for you, to the point where when people try to treat you nice, you then don't understand how to give it back. I'm speaking to myself. I've done it to people because I've had people fuck me up and then I think that, oh, well, this is how you treat people. That's not the case. You sit that friend down and say, I don't think we're here. I don't think this works. I don't think this works. I think you technically need to break up with a toxic person, how you break up with a toxic boyfriend or girlfriend. Sure. I don't think this works for both of us. Not just me, because you don't want to make it seem like that person is just a total problem. Because in most cases, it may be true, but they may not be the total problem. Because sometimes you may do something to that person that they, in their perspective, it is wrong, right? So you want to say, this is not working for both of us. I feel that we don't bring the best out of each other. And if that person doesn't understand, then you say, get the fuck. I'm just kidding. Then you say, fuck you.
Weak, but yeah.
No, but seriously, I don't think this works for both of us. I think you bring out the worst. We bring out the worst in each other. And I don't think we need to be friends. Now, maybe not as close as we used to be. I don't think you in my life is adding value. That's real. That's a real subject. That's a real topic. And that person is either going to react very negatively to the point where it's a moment, it's a problem, it's a scene now, or they ask questions. Why do you feel like that? What is something I can do if this person really cares about you? This also is another sign of toxic friendship. What can I do to help? What can I do to change that? What can I do to have our friendship, last because I care about this friendship? That's how you know, okay, this bitch ain't toxic. This bitch may just got some issues going on back in the day, some trauma, because we all do. Or you just don't give a fuck about me and you want to keep me around for personal gain, because people do that too. People like to suck your energy because you give them a life that they didn't have before. And I'm not talking about materialistic things. I'm talking about energy as far as, oh, bitch, I need to be around you. When people used to tell me, I just need to be around you. I need your energy. I don't like that.
I don't like it at all, actually.
I used to think that was a compliment. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Don't say, I just need some of you. I just need some of your energy. Ooh, girl. The fuck you need some of my... What you doing?
I need it.
So that's how I feel. What do you think? How would you advise that?
Honestly, I would wrap it up just like that.
Really?
And maybe I'll just answer the next one.
Okay. So the next one.
Yeah.
That was good?
I would either wrap it just like that.
The doctor is in tonight.
I'm fucking weak. Period.
Okay. So the next one is, and I think this is something I really want to hear because I think a lot of people are dealing with this. Mental boundaries during COVID. So somebody told me, I feel lazy. I feel unmotivated. And they said prior to COVID, I was not that person. But now I feel very lazy. I do not feel motivated. I do not feel like I am worth the dreams that I had. And they also feel as though, I want to double check I get this right, but they also said they feel that their dreams do not matter now in this new world because people are forgetting that COVID is a new world. So like they don't know how to operate in the quote unquote new world. What would you say to someone that's feeling like that in this whole pandemic era of 3 years now going on?
Right. That is a good one, a complex one. First and foremost, you are worthy. First and foremost, you're not alone. Everyone is feeling like this. I would recommend that you reframe your mindset around it. I've stressed the importance of mindset. Stress. I will stress it to the end of time. Without a powerful mind, you got nothing.
You have shit.
You don't have fucking
You really have shit.
You got shit in your hand. Reframing your mindset around COVID. I have, me personally, I've experienced nothing but, it feels as though I've experienced nothing but beautiful things just because of my mindset alone, living in gratitude, and giving myself, being patient with myself, giving myself grace. Although, again, lost my soulmate in a crash at the beginning of the pandemic, you would think that this would have been the worst time of my life. But because of my mindset, I wake up every day, even when I don't necessarily feel good, even when the depression kicking ass, anxiety kicking ass, ADHD kicking ass, I'm still very adamant about bringing my mind back to, but you know what? Whatever it is that you're feeling right now, whether this depressive state, this phase of lack of motivation, etc., it is temporary. It is not forever. Like you said, you were not this person before the pandemic. This is temporary. What can I do? What little things can I do right now to pull myself up out of this? Because can't nobody do it for you. You can't expect anybody to do it for you. Little things for me being meditation, going on hikes. I don't know if you got mountains and shit. Where the fuck you live at?
No,
maybe it's just
imagine
walk,
somebody,
right?
bitch. I just
Fuck,
go on
it's
a
flat.
walk. Look, I go on a walk.
Go on a fucking walk. Even being in the gym, like you said, gym is therapy for you. Changing up eating habits, like little things like that. Taking care of myself, taking care of my mental is what brings me back. Cleanliness brings me back. If I fall into I can tell when my depression is kicking in. My OCD is
Really?
My OCD is off.
Really? I didn't know that.
When I'm good, when I'm good, you know, you've been to my homes. Home's clean.
Oh no, that bitch.
I don't. This
bitch
not
likes
a
a
dish in
museum.
the fucking sink. Yeah,
Museum.
My homes are museums.
Museum. My bitch does not like clutter. Does
Don't
not
do
like
that.
dirt. Does not like nude.
You sit on
bitch.
my couch. You move that decorative pillow.
You need to put that back.
Put it back exactly
And
where
actually
you found
fluff it.
And fucking fluff it. And if you don't, you won't be back. That's me. So I can tell.
No, literally.
It's me.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So I can tell when I'm falling into a state of depression when that's not the fucking tea. I can tell a bitch, for example, my laundry. I have a hamper for my laundry. You would never find a dirty shirt, underwear, any sock anywhere but my fucking hamper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I can tell when I have. You'll still never find it in my room, but even in my closet where my hamper is, when my dirty clothes are, in the hamper, when I got clean clothes still sitting in the fucking hamper, haven't been hung up. I can tell when that shit starts kicking in.
When that starts happening,
the second,
I'm depressed.
Yeah, the second even letting dishes pile up.
I'm
But
depressed.
fucking damn it. This is an episode.
Imagine that.
wow.
But that's at least you have that though. You have that fucking warning sign. I would say like, oh bitch,
Well, shit.
why is this cluttering? My brain is cluttered. That's
It's literally what it is.
That's
Just
nice. I like
your
that.
Physical reality materializing from what's going on in your head.
I like that.
So those moments that I do sit back and say, you know what, I really don't feel like it. But if I'm going to bring myself out of it, I got to clean up.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So even just doing my laundry, getting my laundry fucking together, cleaning those dishes, cleaning up the kitchen, deep cleaning, all that shit. Those are therapeutic for me. Yeah. Those are the little things that I know I can do for me to pull myself up out of whatever, the funks that I'm in. Yeah. So just it really takes a lot of self-awareness.
Yeah.
You got to be self-fucking aware when your triggers, all that shit, got to be self-aware. I will make a list of those things, make a list of the things that make you happy, list of the things that make you smile. Luckily we work.
Yeah.
But most people would not. It's a very American thing to work so much.
Oh, talk about it.
But luckily,
Talk
and I
about
didn't
it.
realize that until last year, until I went to Europe.
Yeah.
And France and shit. And they said, you niggas just like
Work.
capitalism.
Yeah.
Huh? I said, yeah, actually we do. And I didn't realize how toxic it was until
very
going off
toxic.
to other countries.
Very, very toxic.
But luckily, on top of that, we are lucky enough to love what we do, to wake up and work and do what,
It's a blessing.
we do. If you are lucky enough to love what you do, do it.
There you go.
Fucking do it. Write, journal, all that shit. It's the little things. Yeah. Make a list of those little things that do make you happy, and slowly but surely, if you bear in mind that this is temporary, because they're not gonna go away. Yeah. You're gonna always have there's always gonna be something. Bear in mind that it's temporary, and do what you can in the immediate little things to pull yourself out.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did you like?
Did y'all live for tired ass therapy? Do you
I
feel
did.
better?
I feel better.
That'd be
my fucking self.
$1,300.
I'm fucking weak. Cash your credit.
Oh my God. Well, while we're here, I think we got to send our people off, correct?
We do have to send our people off.
And this is
segment.
this is how we close out the show. Right after the therapy moment, we have our kumbaya moment. We've been laughing, we've been gagging for a past hour and some change. You've probably been with us, but we want to send you off with some things. And I like to close the show with something you can, take and learn. Right? Like, okay, bitch, what? I'm gonna apply that next time. And I think Trey actually I had thought of something last night at our meeting, and he was like, "Bitch, you should save that for your leave off," which was the good enough, or which one was it?
Noticing your growth as a person.
Noticing your growth
those
as
little
a person.
things, those little wins, all that shit.
I said it a little bit earlier in the podcast, but I want to emphasize that, learning, knowing when you have grown, and I'm speaking this from myself because I just did it. When I fucking caught myself, and I get pissed. I'm very irritable. I'm a very irritable person, and I've been working on that a lot because I used to get very irritable about every little thing. Now you can't catch me doing that. Like I don't even give my energy to a lot of shit I used to, and I had to. That kind of happened a couple days ago. So something happened at the house where I think somebody called me with some news that I usually be very irritable about or ready to snap and do the most, and I said, "Oh, okay, well let's figure it out."
All right.
And after I got off the phone, I had to notice. I said, "Oh my God, I have grown."
I didn't shoot them in the fucking face.
I did not fucking shoot them in the face because I would usually kick them off a whole cliff and watch them free fall the whole time and hear until I hear the thump at the end.
And then drive away.
Vroom.
To my man and my dogs.
Easily.
How was your day? Oh, nothing.
Then they'll just kick a bitch off the fucking cliff.
What'd you do? What about you, babe?
And so I don't do that anymore. And even with structure and scheduling and keeping my business structured, and not just off feeling and off of whatever the fuck I want to do, it really has shown me that I have to give myself my pat on the back. Because
this ain't a frame. I'm weak.
Because I finally can give myself that credit of, wow, things don't bother me like they used to. I've grown out of that. I've grown out of that. And I think a lot of people do not give themselves credit when they have tried to make changes and they have been working on them. We get so caught up in the working part of it and okay, I hope I'm doing this right. And when you finally do it right, we just be like, oh, okay, cool. Or if somebody try to, point out that you didn't do it right or you fucked up and something you were supposed to be changing, we focus on that fuck up. Like, why did I fuck up? Why did I do that? Why don't we actually notice when we actually doing it right? Wow, I did that. I ate that the fuck up, actually.
Damn, that was me.
But we don't give ourselves that credit because you know what? You don't want to give yourself too much leeway. We feel like we don't, at least I'm thinking about myself. I don't give myself too much leeway. I don't want to get like, oh, well, I did that. So then I'm good. Then I fixed myself. I'm all ready to go. That's not the case. It's a work in progress. And the thing is, when I say work in progress, bitch, my grandmother is 66 years old. I'm sorry.
Nana.
And my Nana.
Iconic.
Still working on herself. She told me, I'm still working on myself to this day.
That's the fuck right.
And I've raised generations of kids, homes, marriage, been married for 20 years. Like, girl, I'm still working on me. My Nana to this day is still learning. Like, she'll listen to me and be like, I want to apply that to my shit. And I'm like, girl, I'm 28 years old. What you want to learn from me? Because I can learn from, I can. I don't know everything. And I'm like, I have to look at my life like that, where be open to keep learning, and but in that same breath, learn to be like, oh, bitch, I did that. Oh, I learned that. I finally got it. Oh God, I finally learned it. Because then it finally gives you that leverage to be like, bitch, I remember this didn't even faze me. I'm all right. I'm all right. Because if a bitch try to tell you need to get that together, I am. Actually, I did. It won't even bother you. So I leave you off to say, just remember to give yourself your pat on the back. Because if you're growing and you notice that growth, you're going to know, even if it's just a small little thing, like you didn't leave a dish in the sink because you want to keep your kitchen clean, right? And you've been doing that for a while now, and it's to the point where it's routine. Give yourself a pat on the back. You know what, bitch? I ate that up. I ate that the fuck up, actually. So that's all I want to say. I just want to leave you off, guys, with that.
I live for that.
Yeah.
And Kathy
What about you,
absolutely taught me about, just to piggyback off what you said real quick, absolutely taught me the importance of celebrating those little wins. I just
so
learned
important.
that through her specifically because we are taught to be humble.
Ooh.
Specifically black people.
I'm about to say, especially people.
Specifically black Americans.
Especially, yep.
We're taught a specific sort of very toxic, traumatic humility that we're supposed to keep, specifically black women. We're taught humility, and in that we have not been taught how to celebrate ourselves, how to celebrate the little things. For example, like you said, it's so fucking important. being able to teach our parents, our grandparents, et cetera, because they're always learning. And there's so much knowledge that we have access to that they did not. But something that my mom and my sister have been learning over the years is how to healthily communicate. And I told my mom,
that's big.
Oh yes, especially that mother-daughter dynamic.
That's big.
Y'all know out there, my mother's my daughter's.
Look, that's big, man.
That relationship is she can be a tricky one.
Yeah.
One thing that I have told my mom is, you have always been, mothers are just so, typically, specifically black mothers, so hard on their daughters opposed to their sons. Mm-hmm. And I told my mom, you're so hard on Kayla. Mm-hmm. You can be so hard on Kayla. She has grown in tremendous ways and she can't even see it because all she hears is you in the back of her head telling her what she hasn't done right opposed to what she has. And her learning that balance now at my mom almost 60, a couple years away from 60. And my sister learning that balance also as a mother. Mm-hmm. It's so beautiful. And I learned that through Kathy. It takes a humble for what?
Yeah.
Do you know who the fuck you? Kathy used to tell me that all the fucking time. Siobhan tells me that. I love him for it. Mm-hmm. I don't think you know who the fuck you are actually up in here.
Oh.
You act like you don't know who the fuck you and how quick you grow and how much you've done, how many lives you changed. Shut the fuck up.
I'll kick you downstairs right now.
I'll kick you right down the stairs off that fucking cliff that Zach just pushed that nigga off of. The other day, actually.
Same cliff.
Humble for what? We stand humility to an extent.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Humility to a fucking extent. But when it comes to bigging yourself up, celebrating, you're hyping yourself, you did the fuck that.
Yeah.
Step and walk in that.
Yeah.
Walk in that. And with Kathy gone, I hear that even stronger every day. I have to hear her now in my head opposed to physically hearing her say shit to me, just knowing what she would say. That's a beautiful fucking thing to be learned. Celebrate your fucking shit. Celebrate
I am still working on it, but yes,
celebrate the little wins. I have a note of my own.
Oh, here you go.
And I've written it down, and just so you know, every week it will be written down. It's going to be written down.
Fuck what you heard
because Spirit speaks.
And when the Spirit speaks, I must listen.
I must fucking listen, and I must write it. And this is what Spirit told me to tell you. Be grateful that bullet dodged you. Oh. Be grateful that motherfucking bullet dodged you. We like to, let me go off script real quick. We like to beat ourselves up over our failures. Even, feeding back into a little bit of what you were saying. Mm-hmm. Beat ourselves up over what didn't work out and blame ourselves over what didn't work out. That's me. And I used to do that.
That's
I used to do just systematically. And then, like I said, train my mind, still training my mind, learned, Trey, we almost 30 up in here. And let's be honest, you're quite cunt.
It's the sit up.
Flames. We're almost 30 up in here.
Listen. Yes.
You're quite fucking cunt.
Yeah.
All of the things that you have done, going back into those little wins, you have done so much and there's so much to do, but you've done so fucking much. Sit back and how did you get here?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did you get here? You wouldn't be here if it weren't for the fucking failures. And then I realized, well, damn, I'm always going to win. I'm going to win regardless.
And that's the T.
What's mine is mine.
What's my... Bitch.
What has my name? What has my name?
So I'm going to get shut up. I'm talking figuratively, Jesus. Fuck. Listen.
Yeah.
But that's a really good point. Yeah. I think that we all focus on the losers and the bullets that we thought was ours. Mm-hmm. Like, bitch, I should have been there.
Exactly.
Why am I not?
No.
Nope, it ain't your time.
What is yours is yours. Be grateful that it fucking dodged you.
Bitch.
Fun fact about me, right? I wrote this down. Just back to the script. 90% of the things I've wanted throughout my life did not want me back. And it's not something a lot of people admit.
Yeah, bitch, that's hard to admit though.
It's but looking at me and because I'm successful, you're successful. Yeah. Looking at us, a lot of people think, like, damn, they get what, No. How did they get that?
No.
They get what no, fuck no.
Bitch is fighting tooth and nail.
Losing.
Trust me. It's
hard.
It's very hard.
Dusty out here.
Man.
90% of the things that I wanted, be it people, spaces, things, etc., did not want me the fuck back.
Oop.
They didn't want me the fuck back. Always want me back after I no longer want it, which is funny.
It's the look up, which is funny.
Yeah. And I'm sure most of y'all can relate to this shit. But I used to have this tendency to take pride in that. I used to have this tendency to take pride in like walking away from moving on from a situation, some shit that I thought that I wanted, creeping up on me after I walked away. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So people, for example.
Yeah.
People. Let's say you chasing after a nigga for 2 years, and then you stop, and then that nigga wakes up and realizes, oh,
I wanted that.
Damn.
What happened to that?
Wait.
But you know, motherfuckers like the chase too.
Oh no, they
want
do.
you.
They do.
Feel, you know,
they love that.
Feed their fucking souls, bitch.
And they're confused once it's over.
It stops
once it's over. But then I sit back and think, why? Like you said, it's I didn't. Imagine had I got that.
Yeah. I actually had a moment. Ooh, girl.
I saw the brain. Yeah, sit back and think. Imagine had I got that. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I wanted it to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Because. I know why.
It's
because we were in a moment in our times of life that we thought we needed that.
Yeah, and didn't.
And fucking didn't. And like I said, I had a moment like that where I was talking to this kid in another state.
Mm-hmm. And fucking weak. I remember this person.
Yeah. And I thought we were talking
What's
for
his
a
name?
while. I hate PR. I hate PR in my brain.
In the fucking corner.
Listen, I thought it was going to be something. Mm-hmm. And I look back and I'm like, why was I so obsessed with that?
Really wanted that.
And then now I'm like, oof. And now this person, you know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, oh girl, I'm happy now.
Okay.
I wanted something back then, but now I have somebody that loves me, so I was like, I don't really fucking need this.
I hope you're well.
I hope you're sickening. I
absolutely hope that you're fucking well.
I hope you're sickening, because I'm cunt. Just like that.
Shit like it's that rejection that taught me I will always get what the fuck I need. Yeah. I may not get what the fuck I want in that moment.
But you best believe, bitch.
I'm always getting what the fuck I need.
Yeah.
Always getting what the fuck I need. I learned in that fucking, I've learned in rejection, my wants are not always catered to me. Sometimes my wants are catered to trauma. Mm-hmm. And sometimes my wants are catered to triggers. Sometimes my wants are catered to things that just do not serve me. Yeah. But I will always walk away with what I need. Be grateful that bullet fucking dodged you. Rework your mindset around rejection. Rework your mindset around what you don't get.
Yeah.
Rework your mindset around it,
it's a purpose. It's a purpose. It's a fucking purpose. Shit like that you miss happens on purpose. Mm-hmm. It's a purpose and it's a reason, because then that reason is later exposed. Mm-hmm. Trust me.
It's
later exposed. You're like, oh,
well, fuck.
Well, I'm happy I didn't get involved in that.
That's my spirit.
I've had minutes. Oh, girl, I've had moments like that, bitch. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here we are. I want to thank you, and you. Y'all, this was a beautiful first episode. I feel good. You remember I told you I was nervous as fuck in the beginning? Yeah. I feel good.
Good.
I feel good. I felt like I let out a lot. Mm-hmm. Just even because, girl, this may be a diary for my damn self sometimes.
Oh, it is. This shit is all it is. Definitely for me.
And you just taught me something, even for myself. Just those bullets that happened. I'm happy I dodged them. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy that we are here together for the Tired Ass Podcast.
Okay, and this is I know we done did all types of other shit together.
Oh, of course.
And shit, but this is
our official moment.
This is it.
This is our official moment. This is the thing that we've always wanted to do. We always wanted a series or something that's just us, you know, that centered around our friendship, us, what we stand for. And I was like, a podcast is literally that. Mm-hmm. It's literally that. And don't be surprised if a bitch writes a show, you know.
Oh, absolutely. It's already
Listen now.
It's already in the works.
Listen, we love you so fucking much. Thank you for tuning in to the Tired Ass Podcast. Once again, if you want to submit your questions, your music, visit tiredasspodcast.com, honey. Mm-hmm. We'd love to see you over there. And if you want to be a part of the Tired Ass Patreon family, we'd love to see you over there too, because then we have more of an intimate connection, girl. Mm-hmm. So if you love what you see here, hop over to Patreon. I'd love to see you over there too, girl. And we will catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Love you.